morning, everybody. I don't know why my camera popped back off, but there we go. I'm real. We are going to be taking a look at week 6, and we are starting the technical writing part of professional and technical communications hardcore this week. So I've got some information for you. I've got some links for you. Got some places to look for special help and all those good things. But we are starting with 3 documents that could potentially become part of your formal analytical report. So one of the things I want to encourage you to do, even on these early documents, is to really think about what you want to do for your major technical writing project. That assignment is ready and it's open for you to take a look at as well. So I'm going to show you where to find that as we go through our walkthrough today. Sometimes it helps to take a look at the long haul. Sometimes it helps to just take it one step at a time. So I want you to do what helps you the most, but I did want to let you know that the assignment and all the supporting materials for the formal analytical report are available now. They were not available last week. So I've been getting things open over this past week or so. So let me share and let's go to the course. And as usual, we'll start with the course calendar, the syllabus, which means I have to turn the student view off. Sorry, guys. Momentarily. I always forget and turn it on. On the syllabus, of course, we've got the final, the big giant calendar at the end. And as I mentioned, we're in week 6. So weeks 6, 7, and 8 are devoted to what we call the sample or the technical pieces. So we're going to be doing a definition, a description, and a set of instructions. Now, I will note that, and I did not change it on here, although I've changed it in the modules, but these page numbers are off, thanks to one of your fellow classmates who caught that heads up and gave me a heads up about it, because I don't know how, unless that document changed page numbers from when it was transferred. It's a PDF, so I don't know how that was possible. But anyway, the page numbers have been changed in the modules, but this still gives us some information about where we are and where we're going. So this week, you're going to have an information literacy quiz because we're going to be learning about research. You're also going to turn in the draft of the technical definition. And remember, the draft in these cases just means that you're going to get feedback on it and you'll have a chance to resubmit it as part of the final portfolio. It does not mean that you get a do-over on this particular grade. So you want to treat these as if they are the final, most beautiful version that you can possibly come up with. So over the next 3 weeks, you're going to be turning in a definition, a description, and set of instructions. This week is the only week you have an additional exercise, which of course is the information literacy quiz. So let me go to the modules and let me turn on the student view so it looks right. And we will scroll down. We're done with week 5, so I'm going to get rid of that. And here we are in week 6. Now, I will warn you in advance that the learning materials are pretty much just the exact same thing over the next 3 weeks, which is good and bad. It's good in the sense that you won't have a lot of extra reading to do as we go through the next 3 weeks, but it's also a little confusing because like, okay, well, I need new information. I'll show you in the textbook where to find the link to the sample documents, because those are what you're probably going to need individually throughout the week, or throughout the weeks, I should say. So let me go to the learning materials first. And you've got, again, of course, a link to the book, use that term loosely, which I'm going to take a look at here in a minute. And then this is actually a direct link to the website that is in the textbook. So you don't have to go all the way to, I think it's on page 102. You don't have to go all the way to page 102 to find those links. They are also going to be right here. And this is going to look the same for the next 3 weeks. Other materials will look different, but these will look the same. So in chapter 4, you're going to be reading pages 59 to 66, and then all of chapter 5. Chapter 5 is the one on research. So that's what's going on there. I have got one other thing that will help you with information literacy, and it's kind of small down here. It gets lost a little bit below the videos. It's Monday. As you guys know, my brain doesn't work on Mondays very well, or at least my language center of my brain does not work. So there's two links in addition to the films, and sometimes because the YouTubes are embedded, it takes up a lot of space. Probably should have done them as links on this one, but too late now. So let's take a look at what you're going to be reading about. So the technical writing part of 2210, this will break down how to choose a topic, how to do the visual formatting and documentation, and then there are some sample topics to get you started. So I've done these based on things that people are potentially interested in doing for a living. It could also be something that you're interested in studying if you're looking to go to graduate school past your bachelor's. You may want to focus more on a field of study, but these are geared towards things that people might major in their bachelor's program that will then get them into the work world. So I've got some samples from graphic design, and I've broken it down by the 3 different kinds of things that you'll be doing. So if for definition, understanding the 7 elements of graphic design might be a topic for that. In the description, and these are all similar, standard job descriptions and services provided are where description kind of comes into play with all of these. And then finally, instructions. On the graphic design one, I chose something I've recently done a little class on, which was kind of interesting, but how to use Adobe Illustrator to create a logo. So these can be very technical, but they don't have to be necessarily what we consider to be a technical piece of instructions. Nursing, for example, how to take a medical history, how to dress a wound. That's not technical, but it is technical instructions. So take a look at these. Hopefully they'll help you a little bit. If you need help picking something, let me know, but those will give you some, hopefully give you some inspiration on some of the topics that you can choose. And then of course, these videos are going to be focused more on the writing that you're going to be doing. Finally, is the special lesson on information literacy, which is a video by me. And it will take you there, and you will learn all about information literacy before you take the quiz. Okay, so that's what's going on with that one. And then you'll be ready to earn your points. Like I said, this week you do have 2 things to do, unlike the next couple of weeks, but the information literacy quiz and the technical definition draft are your 2 assignments. For the technical definition draft, it's fairly bare bones, but this will help you. This is a link back to that technical writing topic instruction page. And like I said, you may also want to take a look at the assignment for Monday for the big project, the Formal Analytical Report. And I'll show you where to find that in just a moment. But this is how your grade's broken down. This should look very familiar. All the 25-point assignments are similar. With this particular one, though, you are going to need to have research. You should have APA format and documentation. You should have at least 2 visuals, and you are probably going to need to get the information from somewhere. So you're going to cite whatever sources you used. You can use as many or as few as you want, but you will be citing those. And then again, in terms of revision, you don't have to redo this. You're not going to redo this until the final portfolio, but you may want to you may want to make the changes quickly so that you have them saved and you don't have to come back and try to redo all of those pieces for the final portfolio. So let me go back to the modules for just a second and show you where to locate the assignment for the formal analytical report. You'll notice that week 9 is now open, and the rest of them will be open fairly quickly. There's a few things I need to tweak. But if we go in to the learning materials for week 9, you will notice that under other materials, there is a page link, your guide to the formal analytical report and presentation. In that link, you will find the actual assignment for the formal analytical report. This is a link to the actual where you would turn it in, but all the details are spelled out on here. So you don't actually have to click on that if you don't want to. What you may be interested though in, especially now, is this section where there are topic ideas that you can check out. These are from various schools and websites, and that may help you in addition to the other samples and things that I had for you. This may help you locate what you want to work on. Okay, because if you play your cards right, the definition, the description, and the instructions could all possibly become part of your formal analytical report. You would just need to focus on the same thing for all of them. So it doesn't hurt to go ahead and look at this assignment. Okay. So I just wanted to show you where that was. The other thing I wanted to show you before I let you go today is the link that is in that module back in our current module. Let's go back to it so you can remember where it is. Under learning materials, this is a list of this has a website with sample documents on it. So you can click on this link or you can get it directly from the book. Like I said, I think it's on page 102. I've already opened it. Actually, I haven't opened it. I opened the textbook. So this is the same link. If we click on that, you will notice that there are a ton of different possibilities, including things for some of the things that you've already written and things that you're going to be writing in the future. So these have links to samples for all kinds of stuff. Our focus this week and the next few weeks is on things like instructions, because that's part of it. The formal technical report, that would be kind of like the formal analytical report that we're doing. You have links to specifications. That is probably the closest to the description one, which is next week. And then, also descriptions. I think here's some that have some good links to definitions. So I'm not going to click on all these links for you. I'm not going to open them all for you, but it's helpful to have a sample sometimes. So let me just open one just so you can kind of see what it looks like. Now, this, of course, is in website form, and you are going to be writing it in APA documentation form. So yours will be an actual document, but you can see some of the things that they have included. You can also see that very much like I'm encouraging you to do on these, treat it like a report. So you have headings and subheadings. Definitely need to have a couple of visuals, at least a couple of visuals. So there's a lot of good, helpful things in those samples that I think will make it a little bit easier to visualize what they are supposed to look like. But you will have an APA cover page. You will have an APA reference page. And very much like the other documents, because it is a report and not an essay, if you want to single space pieces, if you want to have bulleted lists, headings, subheadings, all of that is fair game. The better it looks, the prettier it is, the better it's going to be. Visual impact is definitely a major feature when we are talking about writing technical documents. So I hope you guys have fun with it, and especially use it as a as a chance to explore something you're interested in, which is one reason we did the interest inventory early on, so that you can choose something. It may be what you want to do for a living. It may be what you want to do to study, but it could even be something related to a hobby, or an interest of yours, something like scuba diving, something like hang gliding, something like, there's so many things that you can do. One of my favorite reports I ever got in this class was about the use of drones. It was specific to archaeology, but something along those lines. If you're interested in roller coaster technology, that can be a fascinating study. I was just listening to a blog about roller coasters the other day, and it was really, really interesting. So have some fun with it, but of course do your best and make it as professional and as beautiful and as well documented as you possibly can. If you have questions, please reach out and I will touch base with you sometime this week. I know we have a hurricane coming, possibly. So we'll play it by ear if we need extensions or whatever, but for the most part, just keep doing what you're doing, and make sure that you do view the information literacy video before you attempt the information literacy quiz. That's my biggest piece of advice this week. Learn before you earn, as I like to say. So take care, everybody. Have a great week, and I will see you next Monday.